us. Florida A&M definitely looked good on that last drive. Yeah, but we came up with good goose eggs, man, and that's not the look we want. I'm sure Coach Simmons is not happy about that. We're standing by. Quarterback got to throw that ball out of bounds. For our reporter down on the field, Zaria Harvey is going to talk with head coach
and no high prices. It's just a sure
It's frozen.
save you money.
The computer is frozen.
Your family needs. For more information, please visit.
Hello. Oh my gosh. All right, so hopefully, um, and remove my sound from the background. How about that? All right. Cool. All right. I apologize for that. All right. Greetings and salutations, man. Halftime. Wrought with technical issues. But and as y'all can see, I did not travel for the game, partially because I was concerned about gas. Like not even so much the gas prices, just being able to make sure I could get gas and not get stranded. That was a serious concern for me just as a person who didn't want to be out there and causing additional stress out there. But yeah, fam, you got an early lead.
I'm not allowed to be frivolous.
I don't know where that came from. Again, weird technical issues that are going on. But with the early lead here, the pass was to Xavier Smith. He does catch a touchdown here, and it was really a bootleg to Moose. Moose was running a bootleg. He throws to Xavier Smith, and the ball is caught in the flat. Then we give up a huge deep ball. Go back and check it, and I did notice somebody from ONG posted eye discipline. Like it does seem like one of our corners may have gotten lost on that play, and it was a point of frustration when you look at Coach Simmons there. He was definitely aggravated. He was annoyed, and that being the case, you definitely want to see better because this is not an offense in Mississippi Valley State that we consider explosive. We do consider them being a team that is 0-4. I mean, your record kind of says who you are at this point of the season. You've played the teams that are at the upper echelon of maybe your schedule by now, and you've gotten into the conference play. And yes, they did lose to Jackson State last week. They got a mollywhopping just like we did. But that being stated, you would think that, and I feel like Coach Simmons would feel the same. I thought we were going to be up by more points than 7. A 14-7 lead going into halftime to me it's a bit disappointing. We did drop some balls, and to Coach Simmons' credit, though, he did try to run the ball. I'm definitely one of the first ones to be like, yo, why don't we run the ball? Why don't we run the ball? But we did try to establish the run, especially later on in the second quarter. It just wasn't successful. We got about 3 yards a pop, and that's pretty good, but we were still at 3rd and 6 some of those times, 3rd and 5 plus, and that made it somewhat difficult. Sometimes receivers dropped the ball, sometimes they didn't, but hopefully we do see a little bit better, at least from the offense. We're still missing consistency out of most of our receivers outside of Xavier Smith, and Terrell Jennings has been the leader of the running back crew, whether it's catching the ball in the backfield or just running the ball. He's leading it. It was 7-7, and then it kind of seemed like we had gotten a pattern of pass first, run second, throw on third, and then we started mixing it up. I was glad to see that. Just as a fan, I was like, I wonder, are we in a pass, or in a pattern? But then we got Manigo Mawson. Like Manigo Moss is one of the Mississippi Valley State corners in a beautiful route. I definitely look for that to be something that is shown again and again throughout the year, just through various highlights and different things like that. That's going to be something that is going to be a good thing to be seen. Terrell Jennings, then similar to the running play that we saw against Alabama A&M last week, it looks like either off tackle or a stretch play. I'd have to look at it again, but in this case, instead of last week, it was Jennings to the left. This week it was Jennings. Looked like it was Jennings to the right. He runs to the right, open field, nobody's out there, and pretty much walks into the end zone, giving us the 14-7 score that we have now. FAMU continues to try to establish a run, but again, it wasn't very successful. And at first, our defense struggled to stop the run, but we got better. Like by the end of the quarter, that run game that Mississippi Valley State had was not. It wasn't it. And Chris Fadul has been an unsung hero. He does get a ball that technically counts for being inside the 20. I thought the ball crossed the line, but it got placed at the 1-yard line, and that punt was definitely the difference between Mississippi Valley State scoring and not scoring. If Mississippi Valley State has better position on the field, I mean, they came out running the ball and they moved the pile for a few plays, but it wasn't working. and it definitely gave us the opportunity. So you're seeing why Chris Fadul is highly rated. Honestly, FAMU's got the best kickers in the city because the kickers at Florida State suck. Just being an honest person, I watched the Florida State game and I was like, so you've missed half your kicks this season. Yeah, that's not good. But at this point, I'm rocking orange and green, so it's really not my problem. Like, I mean, I'm an FSU fan, but I don't cover FSU sports. So, but 14-7 at the half. Hopefully, you're getting to watch that halftime feed. It is on Facebook as well as Twitter. So, thank you, FAMU Athletics, for those of us who did not make the trek. I do look to be at homecoming as well as the Southern game, not because they're more high profile, just because hopefully the weather will be a little better. And it'll be better for traveling. Like, obviously, during a hurricane, you don't want to be on the road doing a lot. We do have a lot of people flooded out and stuff. Even the schools in Central Florida are out on Monday, especially Orlando area. So that being stated, 14-7 at half. Coach Simmons and myself are frustrated. I want more points. That last drive at the end, oh my gosh. I know the band's about to come on, but that was terrible. You want him to throw the ball away. At the least, get some points because you lined up for a field goal, then you decided against it. That could have been a 10-point game. A 10-point game is not backbreaking for Valley, but it's a difference. It's a difference as far as scoring wise. I appreciate Coach Simmons' faith in the offense, though. I like that. You just want Musa to definitely get rid of the ball. It's not a harsh criticism of the student. That is just a fact of football. You would like that to happen, but it didn't happen. Can't cry over spilled milk. 14-7 at the half. FAMU is up in Bragg Stadium. This crowd does look closer to that 7,000 number that we may have seen last week. Hopefully we continue to see people come in and pile in after the Florida State game ended in that debacle. Somebody in Tallahassee needs to win, and it should be the guys wearing orange and green, not the guys wearing Kelly green and red. Look at that. But that being stated, again, 14-7 at the half. Hopefully you're able to enjoy the halftime show, y'all. Sorry for the technical difficulties. For some reason, the internet was acting weird. Probably just had too many feeds up at one time. Post game, we will be back doing this, and we'll probably have more of our decorations up and everything like that. And we will do our show tomorrow, 8:30 on HBCU Digital. We're going to do it on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. So if you haven't already done so, like that Fangs Up Podcast YouTube page. Also, check out for all those offer notifications that we've got going out. I dropped a lot last night, trying to, while you were sleeping, we were working. So we're trying to get some good news out here about what's going on in the highest of Seven Hills. And hopefully within the next week or two, we can get an athletic director because it's October and we don't have one. But you already knew that. All right, y'all. It's always going to be Fangs Up. Thank you to HBCU Digital Network as well as Cable Busters, and enjoy the rest of halftime. And we'll see you post game. Check your feeds, like, subscribe, all those things on YouTube. See y'all later. Fangs Up.